The world of law enforcement is full of strange stories. From the mundane to the bizarre, police officers encounter a wide range of human behavior. But some of the most intriguing tales come from the interrogation rooms, where the stakes are high and the pressure is palpable. Some of the strangest involve police interrogations. These are tense encounters, where every word and gesture can make a difference. The room is often small, the lighting harsh, and the atmosphere thick with tension. It's a psychological battlefield. Suspects and officers face off, each trying to outmaneuver the other. The suspect, often nervous and defensive, tries to maintain their composure. The officer, trained in various interrogation techniques, seeks to uncover the truth, sometimes using methods that push ethical boundaries. The air crackles with suspicion. Every glance, every pause, every bead of sweat can be a clue. The tension is almost tangible, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Lives can be changed in these rooms, for better or worse. But some interrogations go off script. They take bizarre turns that no one could have predicted. Sometimes suspects reveal unexpected truths, or officers find themselves questioning their own assumptions. These moments can be both shocking and enlightening. These strange cases can change our laws. When an interrogation goes awry, it can lead to legal challenges and reforms. Judges and lawmakers are forced to reconsider the rules and procedures that govern these high-stakes encounters. They force us to rethink our assumptions about truth and justice. What does it mean to get to the truth? How far should law enforcement go in their pursuit of justice? These are questions that arise from the most unusual interrogations. This essay delves into the strange world of police interrogations. We'll look at the techniques used, the psychological games played, and the ethical dilemmas faced by both suspects and officers. It's a world where the line between right and wrong is often blurred. We'll explore the legal framework that governs these encounters. From Miranda rights to the admissibility of confessions, the law plays a crucial role in shaping how interrogations are conducted and how their outcomes are used in court. We'll see how these encounters can be manipulated. Coercion, false confessions, and psychological pressure are all tactics that can be used to extract information, but these methods can also lead to wrongful convictions and miscarriages of justice. And we'll examine a case that shocked the nation. High-profile interrogations often capture public attention and can lead to widespread debate about the fairness and effectiveness of our justice system. This is the story of Taylor Schabusiness and the interrogation that changed everything. Her case is a prime example of how a single interrogation can have far-reaching consequences, challenging our perceptions and prompting us to ask difficult questions about the nature of justice. Interrogations are a cornerstone of our justice system. They play a critical role in the investigative process, allowing law enforcement to piece together the puzzle of a crime. Through careful questioning, officers can uncover details that might otherwise remain hidden. This process is not just about finding the guilty party, but also about ensuring that justice is served in a fair and balanced manner. They are a way for law enforcement to gather information. This information can range from the suspect's whereabouts at the time of the crime to potential motives and accomplices. Every piece of information gathered during an interrogation can be crucial in building a case. Detectives often rely on these sessions to clarify inconsistencies and to get a clearer picture of the events that transpired. They help police understand the events of a crime. By asking the right questions, officers can reconstruct the sequence of events, identify key witnesses, and gather evidence that might have been overlooked. This understanding is vital for solving cases and ensuring that the right individuals are held accountable for their actions. And crucially, they can lead to confessions. A confession can be a turning point in an investigation, providing a direct admission of guilt. However, obtaining a confession is not always straightforward. It requires skill, patience, and an understanding of human psychology. Officers must be trained to recognize signs of deception and to create an environment where the suspect feels compelled to tell the truth. These confessions can be powerful evidence in court. A confession can corroborate other pieces of evidence, making the prosecution's case stronger. It can also provide closure to victims and their families, knowing that the perpetrator has admitted to their crimes. However, the validity of a confession can be challenged if it is obtained through coercion or without proper legal procedures. But the power of a confession comes with a responsibility. Law enforcement officers must ensure that the rights of the suspect are upheld throughout the interrogation process. This includes informing them of their rights, such as the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. Any violation of these rights can render a confession inadmissible in court. Interrogations must be conducted fairly. This means that officers must avoid using coercive tactics or making promises that they cannot keep. The goal is to obtain truthful information, not to force a confession. Fairness in interrogations helps to maintain the integrity of the justice system and ensures that innocent individuals are not wrongfully convicted. The rights of the accused must be protected. This is a fundamental principle of our legal system. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and they have the right to defend themselves against any accusations. Protecting these rights ensures that the justice system remains just and equitable for all. This is where the law comes in. Legal frameworks and guidelines are in place to ensure that interrogations are conducted properly. These laws are designed to protect both the rights of the suspect and the integrity of the investigation. They provide a clear set of rules that law enforcement must follow, ensuring that justice is served fairly. The Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects against self-incrimination. This means that individuals have the right to refuse to answer questions that could incriminate them. It is a crucial protection that ensures that no one can be forced to confess to a crime against their will. This means individuals cannot be forced to confess to a crime. The right to remain silent is a fundamental aspect of our justice system, ensuring that confessions are given freely and voluntarily. It is a protection that upholds the principles of fairness and justice, ensuring that the truth is uncovered without compromising the rights of the individual. Over the years, the courts have grappled with the complexities of interrogations. The landmark case of in 1966 established a crucial protection. Suspects must be informed of their rights before questioning. These are known as Miranda warnings. But the law continued to evolve. Courts have examined the use of deception in interrogations. They've considered the vulnerabilities of juveniles, and they've sought to ensure that confessions are truly voluntary. The case of Taylor Schabusiness brought these issues into sharp focus. In 2023, the state of Wisconsin was rocked by a gruesome crime. Taylor Schabusiness, a young woman, was accused of a horrific act. The details, too disturbing to recount here, shocked the community. The investigation quickly led to Schabusiness. She was brought in for questioning. What followed was an interrogation that would make headlines. It would raise disturbing questions about the nature of confession. Section 5. A shocking confession. During the interrogation, Schabusiness confessed to the crime, but her confession was far from ordinary. It was delivered with a chilling detachment. She described the events in graphic detail. Her demeanor was unsettling. The interrogation tapes were released to the public. They painted a disturbing picture. Was this a genuine confession, freely given, or was it something more complex, something coerced or manipulated? The case sparked a firestorm of debate. Section 6. Psychological manipulation and vulnerabilities. The Schabusiness case highlighted the psychological complexities of interrogations. Interrogation techniques are designed to elicit confessions. They can involve deception, manipulation, and pressure. While legal, these tactics raise ethical concerns. Individuals under interrogation are vulnerable. They may be tired, scared, or confused. They may be more susceptible to suggestion. This is especially true for juveniles, who may not fully understand their rights or the consequences of their statements. Section 7. Juvenile interrogations and legal changes. The Schabusiness case, while involving an adult, brought new attention to the issue of juvenile interrogations. This case highlighted the complexities and challenges faced by young individuals when they are subjected to police questioning. The public and legal experts alike began to scrutinize the methods used during these interrogations, raising concerns about fairness and justice. Young people are particularly vulnerable in these situations. Their lack of experience and understanding of the legal system can make them easy targets for coercive tactics. The pressure to comply with authority figures can lead to false confessions, which can have devastating consequences for their future. Their brains are still developing. This means that they are more susceptible to influence and less capable of making fully informed decisions. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for reasoning and impulse control, is not fully mature until the mid-20s. This developmental stage makes juveniles more likely to act on impulse and less likely to understand the long-term consequences of their actions. They may be more likely to confess to crimes they didn't commit. Studies have shown that juveniles are more likely to give in to pressure during interrogations, often out of fear or a desire to please authority figures. This can lead to wrongful convictions which not only harm the individual but also undermine the integrity of the justice system. In recent years, there has been a push to reform juvenile interrogations. Advocacy groups, legal experts, and concerned citizens have called for changes to protect young people from unfair treatment. These efforts have led to significant legislative changes aimed at ensuring that juveniles are treated fairly and justly during police questioning. Some states have banned deceptive tactics when questioning minors. This means that police officers are no longer allowed to lie or use trickery to elicit confessions from young suspects. These changes are designed to create a more transparent and honest interrogation process, reducing the risk of false confessions. Others have mandated the presence of an attorney or a parent. This ensures that juveniles have access to legal counsel and support during interrogations, helping them understand their rights and the implications of their statements. The presence of a trusted adult can provide emotional support and help mitigate the power imbalance between the young suspect and law enforcement. These changes reflect a growing awareness of the need to protect young people in the justice system. By implementing these reforms, we can help ensure that juveniles are treated with the fairness and dignity they deserve, ultimately leading to a more just and equitable legal system for all. Section 8. The Balancing Act. The Schabusiness case and the debate over interrogation tactics highlight a fundamental tension. On one hand, we need effective law enforcement. We need tools to solve crimes and hold perpetrators accountable. Confessions can be a vital part of that process. On the other hand, we must safeguard the rights of the accused. We must ensure that confessions are truly voluntary and reliable. This requires a delicate balance. It requires constant scrutiny of interrogation techniques and their impact. Section 9. Conclusion. Protecting Rights and Seeking Justice. The strange case of Taylor Schabusiness is a stark reminder of the complexities of justice. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. What is the nature of confession? How do we balance the need for effective law enforcement with the protection of individual rights? These questions have no easy answers, but they are questions we must continue to ask. The integrity of our justice system depends on it. We must strive for a system that seeks truth while safeguarding the rights of all.